219 people between the ages of 13 and 24 are living with HIV or AIDS in and around our community. That's according to the Kansas Health Department here in town. Now, as efforts to raise awareness continue, are students listening? Sloan Heller sits down for a candid conversation to find out.
When I was in high school, the fear of HIV and AIDS was at an all-time high. But today, attitudes have really changed. Now, because sex is still the #1 way to contract HIV and AIDS, we sat down with a group of high school students and we asked them, how are you protecting yourself? Now, this topic and this conversation might be sensitive to some of our viewers. Nearly 20 years after Magic Johnson told the world,
because of the HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers.
Some perceptions have changed.
It doesn't matter that if you're gay or straight, you can still get HIV.
And some misconceptions haven't.
I always heard about, like, you mostly get it when it's a guy on guy. I was going to say gay, but I don't know if we could say
homosexual.
Yeah.
I know you don't necessarily have to die, but when I hear the word HIV, that's just what comes to my head.
We set up a roundtable discussion with a group of students at Ruskin High School.
Who here has had unprotected sex?
So we're not going to show you who here raised their hands because we want to protect the students' identities. What I will tell you is 2 of the students say they're part of the V Club. They're virgins. Another 2 admitted to having unprotected sex. Listen to what they had to say about that.
It was a spur of the moment, and I didn't have any protection, and I wasn't really thinking, and it just happened.
Just more the convenience.
Shut up.
Not the smartest of thinking.
Yeah, it wasn't the smart thing.
What'd you do after?
I cried. All of it just ran through my mind. Like, what if I got it? What if I got this? What if I got that? What if I got her pregnant? You know.
But that wasn't one of the main things that you thought about.
HIV?
Not for me.
No.
According to the CDC, nearly half of high school students in Kansas and Missouri have had sex. 40% in both states say the last time they had sex, they didn't use a condom. Students learn about safe sex, HIV, and AIDS prevention in health class here at Ruskin High School.
I'm HIV positive. I didn't protect myself.
This group also gets some information from commercials and magazines. This ad really got their attention.
And it makes you think. That anybody you meet at a party could have AIDS.
Clayton Adams had his own scare, but it wasn't with someone he met at a party. It was with someone he trusted.
Somebody that I had relations with had tested positive.
After testing negative, Adams decided it was time to become a tester and educator with Positive Directions. He tours schools in Kansas to raise awareness and fight what some call HIV fatigue.
I know when I was in high school, a lot of celebrities were speaking out against HIV/AIDS. People are actually dying from the disease, and since then we've developed a lot of treatments and therapies that have prolonged people's lives and kept people healthy, and so young people aren't seeing a lot of the consequences that someone goes through when they do contract the disease HIV.
Back at our roundtable discussion at Ruskin High, we talked about living with HIV.
Magic Johnson been living for a long time with the actual disease.
And what does that make you think, knowing that he's been living for so long with that?
That there's possibly a cure or a way that, you know, if you have or if you're infected with HIV or AIDS, that you can still live a life or a long life.
With people like Magic Johnson still alive today, the stigma HIV carries has changed. Today, a CDC study says just 13% of high school students in the U.S. have been tested for HIV.
It's kind of like embarrassing, but then I don't know why I like to go in the doctor's office and say, can I get an AIDS test?
It's just the fear that what if I do have it? Like, that would change my life so much.
Right now, we like 16, 17, 18. We're not ready to know if we have it or not.
Who here has been tested?
In Missouri, high schools are required to teach HIV and AIDS prevention, but not so in Kansas. As of 2005, it's now up to the school district to decide. Now, while there are medications and treatments to help battle HIV and AIDS, the costs are still very high. We have a look at some of those numbers right on our website. That's NBCActionNews.com. Sloan Heller, NBC Action News.
Now, this weekend, AIDS Walk takes place on Saturday at Theis Park in Kansas City. You can still register. It is free to sign up. For more information, go to NBCActionNews.com. Look under Health.